I used to imagine a bunch of kids playing in this big open field. And I'm standing on the edge of this cliff. And what I have to do, I have to catch everybody if they start to go over the edge. That's all I do all day. I just be the catcher in the rye. So I became an FBI agent. And then a sniper on its hostage rescue team. Which is how I ended up here in 1993.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, there are 75 men around our building and they're shooting at us.
It looks like federal agents out there.
Okay, well, let's resolve it. Let's take care of the children and the women.
No, we want a ceasefire.
Talk to me before this thing gets completely out of hand.
Waco was one of my first jobs.
Federal authorities surrounded the compound to prevent people from running out. At this point, the latest figures we have is that there are 95 people inside.
We called this Sierra 2, Sniper Position 2. For almost 2 months, this was home. I slept here, I ate here, I read 11 books. I played guitar between shifts on my rifle. It looked a lot different then, but this is where I met David Koresh. I remember setting my crosshairs right between his eyes. A bullet in the chamber, finger on the trigger, thinking kill 1, save 100. But it's not that easy.
You could have arrested me any day as I jogged up and down this road. You could have arrested me going to town or going to Walmart. You come point guns in the direction of my wives and my kids, damn it, I'll meet you at the door any time.
I just sat there every day, aiming my rifle at his forehead, while he held a little kid up in front of him as a shield. You get to know these people.
Can I have some ice cream?
A little bribery there. You know, right now you're considered a big terrorist, you know, and you can demand some important things like an ice cream or something, you know, maybe they might adhere to you.
There's no gray area in a sniper taking a shot. It's the aftermath, and how you feel about it as your life progresses when everything becomes gray. It haunts you.
You're telling me that children are innocents, but yet you want to keep them in there?
Anything I say can and will be held against me in a court of law. There's no Miranda rights. We are in the process of placing tear gas.
Everybody grab your mask. Everybody grab your mask.
We're watching, we just saw an explosion that came from one side of this building, so obviously...
Still no sign of anyone coming out.
86 people died in that field right there. 25 of them were kids. And I couldn't save a single fucking one. All human beings are capable of evil. I believe that. I've seen it around the world in the 20 years since Waco. War zones, terrorist attacks, senseless violence in places you'd never expect. When I was young, I thought law enforcement was black and white. Good versus evil, cut and dry. But I was wrong. What I have seen doesn't wear horns or carry a pitchfork. It doesn't have a color or an age or a race or a religion. But it's real. And it's strong. And I'm gonna go find it. We all seek understanding in life of the things we've done. But when you do the things I have, at some point you've got to wonder if it's possible to find peace at all. Or if you just accept those actions and live with the consequences. I first came to Colombia 20 years ago as part of the US government's war on drugs. At that time, this place represented murder and mayhem. When you live in a world where there are no opportunities except to kill, to keep from being killed, you make tough choices. And you look and say, what would I, as a human being, do in the same situation? Everybody is going to sacrifice to take care of the people they love. Sometimes it's society that makes human beings do bad things. But law enforcement officers don't have time to sit down and philosophize about this. Kill the bad guys, save the good. But in that life or death fight, it's easy to become very much like the people you're going after. To the point where you like being badder than the bad guys. And that's where things start to turn gray. Colombia's Jungla Commandos may be the most highly experienced, battle-hardened law enforcement unit in the world. Whether fighting drug lords like Pablo Escobar or FARC terrorists, this is a law enforcement unit with a military mission. These men are police officers who fight the worst of the worst as defined by society, any society. The most dangerous, the most sadistic. These guys are the final line. There's nothing deeper.
Y pues el amor por lo que hago y por un bien para la sociedad. Los comandos jungla atacan que es narcotráfico, terrorismo, bandas criminales. Entonces, a raíz de eso, me uní al grupo.
Que yo vengo del campo, de un lugar tranquilo. Inicié por el sur del país, donde conocí por primera vez la cocaína. Yo sé que esas personas son malas y que esas personas tienen que pagar.
Sinceramente, no, yo, o sea, no pienso en la muerte. Obvio, tiene que llegar algún día. Pero como le digo, o sea, a la hora de cumplir la misión la cumplo a cabalidad, sin importar lo que pase.
¿Qué parche?
La hermandad, ¿no? La solidaridad, y en esos grupos operativos se ve eso. Se mantiene en el terreno, en la jungla, y se ve la hermandad, la solidaridad. Y cuando ellos vienen, pues uno recuerda, ¿no?
Es un orgullo que pronto nos lleva adentro por lograr un objetivo que es ser el Comando Jungla. Ir con todos los comandos, que son una familia, es una hermandad total.
Llegaron los de la Armada en el Soya se montaron ahí, derechito allá, todavía estaban cocinando. Sí, se subieron y estuvo muy bueno, estuvo muy bueno, cogieron. Se emboscó.
All the Jungla commandos, they always run to the smoke. They run to the sound of gunfire. And that's a different type of human being.
La adrenalina que crea uno. El objetivo es seguramente que uno va a capturarlo.
Usted tiene un corazón de guerrero. Ese corazón de guerrero va a hacer que usted se defienda del ataque que le va a realizar yo.
Fui a retirar unos indigentes. Mejor dicho, toda clase de violencia, por decirlo así.
Que para mí, en mi entrenamiento, quien tiene un arma en la mano, soy bien convencido de que las cosas a veces uno las propicia, y de hecho yo tengo claro el potencial y todo el daño que ellos han hecho a nuestro país.
La adrenalina, tanto el combate que íbamos era para avanzar. Yo en ese momento hago las cosas bien, pero voy con rabia. En ese caso no nos importaba los demás guerrilleros, solamente el objetivo, que era el comandante de ese grupo guerrillero.
¿Cuál es su nombre, caballero? ¿Sí tiene entendido eso? Primero, tiene el derecho al saber el motivo y el porqué de su captura.
This job is all about the mission. You go in to neutralize the threat. The fact that it's a human being is almost peripheral. That's hard for people to understand, but they accept it because we're keeping that motherfucker from breaking down your door and killing your kids. My job on the FBI hostage rescue team was very similar to the recon element of the jungla.
Tuve la oportunidad de estar en la operación donde fue abatido Raúl Reyes, jefe del secretariado de las FARC.
They live here, 30 men in a frat house for killers. They call it Arcana.
Mi emoción era tanto que no veía la hora de estar en el punto de desembarca para mirar cómo reaccionaba la guerrilla. Al llegar nos estaban esperando. De una pelea que duró aproximadamente 2-3 horas. Llegó el punto de que solamente me quedaban 3 cargadores de fusil. Una vez pensé sí retirarme de los junglas, pero llegó el punto y dije no, y mi mamá me dice, si nunca le corra la muerte. Claro, la maldad existe. La maldad existe y ante todo, o sea, este es mi trabajo que yo estoy enfocado, pero ante todo yo soy un policía. Yo tengo que estar en capacidad de hacer lo que hace un policía normal.
Everybody I ever knew that worked in this world saw things differently once they got out.
Es que realmente nosotros los comandos junglas, mantenemos más con los comandos junglas que con nuestras propias familias.
Sí, o sea, nosotros somos una familia.
Que a pesar de que nosotros tengamos nuestra familia de sangre, tenemos nuestra familia de maldad, que somos todos los junglas.
Something happens in the process. When your craft is killing, it impacts the rest of your life. It becomes difficult to shut that off.
¿Qué pacho? Y ahora con nuestra grande también, pues una bebé hermosa.
I never found a way to mix family with my job very well at all. I'd be gone for weeks, even months on a mission. Half the time they didn't know where I'd been or what I'd been doing or when I was coming home. I couldn't talk about it. I'd drive up to the house, the kids come running out saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." I'd give them a big hug and go in, sit down and have dinner, trying to pretend I was still a human being. But that's not the way I felt. You find yourself moving away from things that feel safe and happy because you need to be hard for this job. Family almost becomes a weakness. You find yourself on the outside looking in.
¿Qué hubo, capitán?
It's not easy going from fighting monsters to playing daddy, or being a good husband, or a loving son. The humanity of making that transformation is difficult to explain. And I know what happens. He comes home, kisses the kids, gets lovey-dovey, hugs the wife, gets laid, wakes up the next morning and starts to itch. I mean, literally itch. Like he's in the wrong skin.
¿Sí? Pero aquí no puedo ir, mi amor, porque me toca trabajar, mi amor. Toca trabajar para comprar la lechecita, la comidita. ¿No? ¿Se va a poner la abuelita?
You really have to make sense of what your world has become. But that's so fucking hard. Every society has a boogeyman. And in Colombia, it lives here. La Loma, the hill. 500,000 people living outside the scope of law enforcement. A violent, impoverished, uneducated world unto itself. And if you live in Bogota, it's a place you don't want to go.
¿Lo quiere llevar? Sí. No es agresión ni nada. Muy buen amigo el perro. Sí, me siento feliz de estar aquí en la Loma, sí. Porque en la Loma he vivido cosas muy lindas, como también cosas que me ha tocado que ver muy lindas. A cuchillo, sí, señor. Sí, me mandaron de sacar de tripas y todo. De pronto por estar en el otro barrio que no debía estar.
Oh, shit. Wait.
No, pero feliz.
Bullet? No. Knife? Stab?
Sí, solo cuchillo. Estuve también con los guerreros en Corinto Valle. Ya había estado, llevaba 8 años de estar acá en la Loma. Por la pobreza, porque hay mucha pobreza. Aquí se organizan las bandas. Cuando lo atrapa uno, cuando uno se entrega, no le importa quién es mamá, papá, no le importa nada, sino tener armas y poder, para poder mandar uno y poder hacerlo aquí, pero resulta que eso va por mal camino, porque siempre terminan matándolo a uno. Pero estoy feliz, muy feliz de tenerlo ustedes aquí.
Gracias. Sí.
Carlos nos avisa cuando sale.
4 niños nosotros.
Sí.
Y en el colchón con mi cuñado duerme
Sí.
la esposa, la niña y él. Humilde, y acá entre los dos nos apoyamos mucho.
Yo llevo acá, voy a completar casi 20 años viviendo en esta loma. Ya no muy de esta loma. Normal, ¿no? Pues acá nadie es nadie. Todos somos normales, ¿no? No falta loco por ahí.
No,
bueno, no falta el problema como en todo lado, pero uno no monta nada tampoco a nadie, ¿no?
You keep weapons?
Sí, claro, las armas toca porque uno no falta loco en la calle.
Sí, yes.
Eso uno tiene que tener también lo de uno para defenderse.
The pistola for shotgun, which you have?
Ese es de Estados Unidos, ese es de USA. ¿Las balas?
No.
Ese es de USA.
Gracias.
Ese es de la USA. A mí me han perseguido 3 veces la ley con este detrás, ¿no? Y la última vez me tocó hacerles un disparo y todo porque ya me estaban tirando contra mí también.
You shoot the police?
Sí, claro. No, porque cuando nosotros disparamos es porque nos van a matar o algo, ¿no? No porque va a pasar algo. De resto nunca lo hacemos, lo sacamos a pasear nomás.
Is this normal? Everybody have a gun?
Sí, claro.
Ah, sí, claro.
Sí.
Más de uno debe tener hartos.
Más de uno anda bien montado.
Sí. Maybe some police think you, maybe they think you the bad guy. Who do you think is the bad guy?
Son abusivos ellos. Ellos son los abusivos. Ellos son muy abusivos con nosotros porque lo cuenan por ahí fumándose algo y ya le van a dar duro a uno. A mí me han dado ceras pelas injustamente. Yo por eso les tengo la mala.
Los peladitos quieren ser grandes, quieren actuar como grandes.
You take care of everything in the neighborhood, yeah?
Ah, no, eso sí. Eso sí, cualquier vecino lo puede constatar, que yo veo a alguien que está robando aquí, o que se metan con alguien de acá en la cuadra.
You take care of yourself, you have your own police here.
Distrito de Soacha, pero eso vienen, pero eso, ellos saben que tienen que estar calladitos.
Carlos is a killer. Let's make no mistakes about that. He's a killer on the other side of the law who was at one point in his life one of the worst of the worst. You're a young man. You're a bad man.
La droga, el robo, vicio es algo que lo arrastra a uno a cosas que uno en sano juicio no las haría. Así como dice la cicatriz, se lo dice. Que esta cicatriz fue la salvación de mi vida. Se entró aquí y salió acá. Que estaba enferma. Pues le hice el reclamo que no hicieran escándalo porque la niña estaba muy enferma y cuando vi fue el cuchillo, la quité y alcé el brazo y si no me matan a mí.
You killed him.
Y ese día vi que la perdí y dije, y ahí vamos con mis dos pulmones, ¿ve? Mi hija y mi hijo son mis pulmones y ese día fue un día que nunca lo olvidaré. Aguantarme humillaciones por mis hijos, dije, por ellos aguanto lo que sea.
They tell you the first step toward recovery is acceptance of a higher power. It can be anything. Jesus, Muhammad, a doorknob, the color blue. Mine was a tough little bastard from Bethlehem, New Hampshire, named Bucky Corliss. Kicked the shit out of me every day at recess in the 3rd grade. And I hated him. The humiliation, the rage, the helplessness of knowing he was stronger than me and that no one would stop him. But Bucky taught me early in life that not all higher powers are good, and that society needs people willing to fight back. What I didn't understand was how confusing that fight would be. When I was a kid, I never really thought about going into law enforcement. I wanted to be a writer, like Hemingway, lost in a romanticized sense of adventure and good and evil and war. So I became an English teacher and a journalist and a speechwriter on Capitol Hill. And it wasn't until I joined the FBI that I realized all these things that I'd read about and taught and believed were wrong.
Let's face it, there are some things that we will deal with when the time is right.
You are a damn liar!
I grew up Catholic, but I started to understand that good people do bad things. But that doesn't make them evil. And that people most of us see as evil don't understand they're wrong. I don't dream. I rarely sleep. I spent 6 years in a bottle, done too many drugs. I own 22 guns, but not a single plate or fork or spoon. I haven't slept overnight with a woman in years. I have 4 wonderful children who barely know me. I mark my skin so I can remember the way. But I haven't forgotten beauty, or light, or kindness, or the underlying good that makes people give up ordinary lives to protect society. They say men who fight monsters have to be careful not to become monsters themselves. But you do things anyway. Things that haunt you the rest of your life. They leave a stain, this ringing emptiness. The faces, the voices, the shots you made, the shots you missed. Redemption, true redemption, begins with a confession. And if I've got any chance of finding it, I need to give you mine.